Spider-Man.
We're live.
Doing whatever spiders can. Look out.
Oh.
There's going to be a whole bunch of Spider-Men. Probably.
Is there?
We should have had that as the intro. Drew. God damn. But your fucking genius idea is too late. Dang it.
I know.
All right, let's do it again.
All right.
And
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Doing whatever spiders can.
Everybody. I'm just
Yeah,
hoping the audience is
everybody.
actually singing it at home. Otherwise,
Everyone's
nope.
like, unsubscribe. This is awesome.
from when?
Drew
Yes,
sounds
okay.
like a dead cat, like dying over and over again in like a time loop that Doctor Strange created to torture people.
The hell loop.
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. How's it going, Pagan? Stephanie, you guys doing okay? You excited for Spider Day? Spider-Man week?
Yes.
Spider-Man
Yes.
year?
Spider-Man
the year of
year,
the spider?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Or monkey?
It's feeling a little deja vu. The funky monkey.
Funky monkey. It's so cool.
I mean, so I'm assuming we've all pre-watched this because we couldn't wait, right? And okay, let's just back up 1 second.
Oh,
The
I actually
hype-
haven't seen it. Hold on. I haven't seen it.
You seriously?
I thought you were talking to the chat. Yeah. I haven't seen
Well,
it.
I'm talking. Yeah, you haven't seen it. So,
No.
so I just wanted to back up. Like, I've never seen. It's been a long time since I've seen hype this big for a film that I didn't know there was going to be hype this big for. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I knew there was going to be hype for a new Matrix movie. Check.
Yeah.
New
Sure.
Star Wars comes out. Okay, cool. I mean, Spider-Man: Far From Home was good, right? But I didn't think it ended, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. It wasn't like it ended on a cliffhanger, and we're like,
Yeah, true.
can't wait for the next Spider-Man movie. But like, I guess this whole idea around this multiverse and the idea that we're gonna get to see past characters and maybe heroes is just blown up. At least blown up Twitter. I mean, that's pretty much the platform I'm exclusively on, and it is insane. Like you can go on the rabbit hole for hours looking at people's like theories and like circling photos and see this. You see this. There's an arm over here, or like, see this place, there's no, this is where they painted out so and so, or like, oh, this is like the green screen shot from this leaked photo, and I'm like, oh my god, like it is deep, like people are going
It
hardcore.
is.
I've
It
avoided
is.
the internet, honestly, like, because I saw people on Twitter, like, I went on Twitter today, and they're like, oh my god, Spider-Man, and I was like, nope, so I just clicked out of that, and I've just stayed away from it all, because I'm
No.
so excited about this. I think the first, like, the Far From Home really did actually end on a cliffhanger, because they're all like, hey, Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and you're like,
Yeah.
life-changing for Peter Parker, and so
Sure.
I'm very invested.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Luke, I'm your father cliffhanger. It was like, okay, you know, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
wasn't
no
like,
one's ever gonna get that kind of cliffhanger in a
mean,
minute.
one
Like,
day. That's
one day.
true. It is the gold standard. Star Wars does stand up there as on a pedestal above all
Yeah.
else.
yeah, it's gotta have like the
Yeah.
greatest plot twist in history. Like one of the greatest. Fucking call me out about a plot twist. Actually, don't do that. You're gonna spoil a whole bunch of movies for me. Don't do it.
Pagan, you guys stop. No one will actually believe you like Star Wars. Just stay on the like. I don't like
I
Star
didn't
Wars
say
thing.
I did. I didn't say I like Star Wars. I said it was a great plot twist.
Okay, sure. Yeah, just you keep walking back. Just keep walking it back. That's fine. You know, you still have Zack Snyder's fans. They'll still be with you.
Yeah. I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm all a part of the Snyderverse. Let's bring back the Snyderverse. Go and fucking do whatever you need to do that. Do it.
Yeah.
Restore the Snyderverse. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know they're gonna be like when it ends up when Toby and Andrew don't end up being in this film, they're gonna be like release the Raimi cut, and you know Sam Raimi will have a version.
They
of
Put
this.
them back in.
Listen, they have to be in this. I mean, so
They're
from
gonna.
that, I presume there's nothing in the trailer.
They're gonna.
Well, oh yeah. So maybe. All right.
we should
I
just
mean,
watch
Stephanie,
this
do you have any thoughts before we jump into the trailer? Because I don't. Yeah, we should definitely watch it.
I mean, I have a lot of thoughts, but but I'll wait till after, just so then Pagan understands like what I'm
That's
talking
true.
about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the rest of the world.
I'm-
Not that they.
I'm
haven't seen it.
excited.
I think the trailer has like over like 10 million views already. So.
Yeah, I will say
Yeah.
like childhood me was like freaking out because it's like you see so many things from like the first Spider-Man movies, and I'm like like fangirling. So yeah, I'm
All
excited.
right. Well, why don't we jump into it? And
Okay.
And I'll try not to like talk over it so much, but I'm going to probably do it anyway. So if you want to watch this trailer unaltered, go somewhere else.
Like all I've seen right now in the last hour while I was setting up for this live stream is this fucking freeze frame.
Yeah.
That's all I have. That's all I have to go on. Peter looks upset.
Somebody hurt
right,
Peter,
Peter.
and yeah.
I just want him to be okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
Poor Tom.
Nobody hurts Peter.
Hype.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I'll press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Might be a little loud. The way we like it.
Oh, he looks
Ever
sad.
since I got bit by that
He's
spider,
very sad.
Yeah.
I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
You're gonna die. Okay.
Don't you what the fuck?
That's that spell
Bro.
that wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yes. Previous trailer. Gotcha.
We started getting some visitors.
Yes.
The Defoe
From
laugh.
every universe.
Oh, the black suit though.
Dude.
Previous trailer. Doc Ock. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, the
Doc
dual
Ock.
Spidey.
Parker.
What?
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We need to send them back.
Cute.
So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
Look at that
You know,
suit.
all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please.
Yes, and
She's such a
Scooby-Doo
smart ass.
this crap.
I like this.
Oh, that's cool.
You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
That's beautiful.
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Oh no, Peter's fucking with something.
Peter, what are you doing?
There has to be another way.
Yes.
They're a danger to our universe.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Don't take this away from me.
Oh.
Yes.
Jamie Foxx is back.
You're struggling
And
to have
where you at?
everything you want, while the world tries to make you choose.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone.
It is your fault, Peter.
Oh no.
Captain America shield.
Oh
Do
no.
this to all the girls.
She's not gonna make it. Not gonna
Don't
make
do
it.
this to me.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
Who? We already have
Everyone.
everybody.
December 17th.
No.
Exclusively at movie theaters.
What?
We don't.
November 29th.
No, we
Spider
don't.
Monday.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
I mean, what an achievement. I mean, just right away they brought back
I'm gonna go back.
like almost every villain from the old movies. That's insane. That's actually like
Fuck.
that's like right away, like just the logistics of being able to like, okay, renegotiate like all those contracts, find the scheduling to make all that work, because it's not like Jamie Foxx isn't a busy dude,
Sure.
or William Dafoe, you know, like they got
Yeah.
shit to do, you know, so like the scheduling for like to bring back and then you have John Cena, who's like super popular right now, reprising his role as Sandman. You have
Oh yeah, I forgot he was Sandman. Like
then
I
the
knew
Lizard's back.
Sandman, but I didn't know that was John Cena.
So I mean, like hands down, if there wasn't already this like insane hype around like the Toby Andrew theory, this is already like whoa, like crazy big for. I mean, this is almost like, I mean, if you think it's not quite Avengers Endgame scale like big, but this is still pretty wild for a Spider-Man film.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's gonna get even more crazy. I think and like multiverse into like the multiverse of madness. Probably that's it, right? Multiverse of madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget, but so seeing that at the very end, and it's like this is only the beginning. Like there's more and more things coming through, and
Sure.
yes, because I mean, I don't think things are gonna get fixed by the end of this movie. Like everything's gonna be all like happy bluebirds singing. Like I think the world is gonna be fucked up. Like nothing's gonna be the same. The multiverse is going to be present.
Yeah, like full blown. I just want to say real quick. I know we just watched the trailer and we're kind of reacting, but if you want to go into this movie spoiler free, like you should turn off this episode.
Oh, absolutely, turn this off.
Yeah. I mean, just heads up. I mean, we're gonna be breaking down some like wild, crazy, just our theories plus like what the internet's talking about. Like, so just know that like don't at me and be like you spoiled this for me. Be like, sorry.
I was gonna say as well, sorry, just like a quick correction, because I was the same. I was like, wait a minute, because it's Thomas Hayden Church that does Sandman, but John Cena is going to be playing Sandman in this film, as far as we know. So that's where I was going confused. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it was him, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
he just looks like him. That's not him. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Listen. I need a moment. Okay, my brain is malfunctioning.
That's how I felt.
Pagan malfunctioning.
I think if they had Andrew and Toby in that trailer, like as much as I would want that, I think we all would just be broken. Like it would just be too much.
I think. Thank you, EJP, by the way, for the soup. With great power comes great responsibility, and a bowl of couch soup. Heck, yes, my friend. Some tasty couch soup.
Did that line ever come up again since Raimi's Spider-Man? That was the original like line from.
I don't think so. I don't think they did it in the Tom Holland universe.
Yeah, or the Andrew Garfield, right? They didn't.
Right.
I don't think so.
No.
It's interesting how much that line is sort of like carried through as like the.
So great. What a line.
The throughput for Spider-Man.
It's a good line.
Yeah. I have to say, I think that disappointing that there's no other Spider-Mans in this trailer. Boo-hoo. But I do think that they're going to be in it. Like, there's just no fucking way they're bringing in all the Spider-Man villains and they're not going to bring in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So I think that they'll definitely be in it, but it's way too tasty to put in the trailer. You can't put that shit in a trailer. Are you kidding me? No. Just heavily rumor that shit. Get a few of them on some live talk shows being questioned about being in that show. Be like, hey, is this photo of you? I don't know what you're talking about. That kind of interview stuff is great. So just heavily hint at it so that we know we're going to go see it and then lose our damn minds when they show up in the trailer, in the film.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Like, you watch the interviews and everyone's like, and I think even it's either Andrew Garfield has like said blatantly, I'm not in it. Like said, literally been like, I'm not in that movie.
Yeah.
But clearly, I mean, it's like when you see the leaked photos, and then you see the set pieces that are in like this movie, it's like,
that was the interview that I had seen. So somebody, I can't remember who he was on, what show he was on. Was it Jimmy Fallon? Chat, somebody might know. He was on something, Fallon, and then Jimmy Fallon was like, "Are you in this movie?" And he's like, "I am not." And he's like, "Okay." So this photo that we have of you here, that's not you. And he's like, it is not. I am not in this movie. And I'm like, damn, those contracts must be thick. Like,
it's like super, you literally have to deny your own existence.
That is deep fake in real life is what that is.
Dude,
this looks fucking dope.
Have you.
I mean, it would, even the way like that, there's a final shot and like we're Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man,
Tom Holland
Spider-Man is jumping to face like Electro, the Lizard, and Sandman, and there's clearly framing there for like two other Spider people to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like it just looks like it's like they cleverly painted them out, and then just to sort of dox us for the internet can go crazy for another month and a half or another month. It's just it's infuriating, but also like they know what they're doing. They're smart. You know what I'm saying? It's great fodder. We're here talking about it because of this craziness, even though we all know they're in it. There's been no confirmation, so there's
I know,
always
that's
that.
exciting.
There's always that weird sense that oh, maybe they're not in it. I don't know. What do we do?
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Yo,
crazy.
if they're not in it, the whole internet's gonna like thumbs down that movie. That movie's gonna tank so hard everywhere, but it's gonna like get a lot of money. So like, but
Right.
I do think they're gonna be in it. I think that putting the villains in the trailer is enough to pique everybody's interest. Like Willem Dafoe, arguably the greatest villain I think in the Spider-Man cinemaverse, right? In the movies so far, I think he was just
right up there with Octavius.
And like Doc Ock is funny, and I really enjoy that kind of part where they're like, no, seriously, what's your real name? I love that because that kind of throws it back to the Avengers movies when he's like, Doctor Strange. Oh, we're using our fake names. Okay, well, my name's Spider-Man. Like, I love that. I think that's a really cool tie-in moment. I think that's cheeky and it's nice.
It was nice. I thought it was a little like, I don't know, like, I don't know. Part of me is like, I think it's a cool name. So I was kind of like, why are you making fun of Doc Ock's name? He's kind of badass in it. I thought it was a cool name. So I was kind of like, why are you making like? I didn't get it at first. I was like, why is that funny? It was like listening to my nephews laugh about something that happened on Fortnite, and I'm not in on the joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like a weird scene for me.
Sure.
I get that. Yeah. I think watching it the first time too, I was kind of like, yeah, it is a good name, and then the second time, like, haha, no, that is.
It was funny because like his little like arms were kind of like turning with his head, like he was like the confusion was a great moment.
It's cute. I'm interested to see that like he's obviously imprisoned in something, and I'm guessing that's what the magical like wristwatch that Strange gives him, because like we see Spider-Man in the black suit and he's got like this cool fucking Doctor Strange shit. I'm like, does that transport people? Because that's got to open portals, right? I'm nerding out.
Think so. Yeah, it seems like he's on the hunt, like he's on the prowl for like
collecting them.
To get them back, and the ruin kind of like engages, and then you see like Electro behind him. It's a great shot.
Yeah, such a good shot. Electro's back. We're getting everybody. It's so cool.
And he's different.
Ever.
And he looks different. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he looks good.
They retcon the blue lightning and the blue bald Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And said, like,
I didn't hate that. I like this more, obviously, but
sure.
I mean, I watched all of those movies repeatedly, so I was in it. I mean, and like cinematically, like the Amazing Spider-Man movies changed. Like they really made like them with the movement and like the visual effects of him when he's like web slinging through the air, like that was awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, my mind is still blown.
My mind is so blown. I'm interested now as well to see this MJ like scenario. Like she's falling a lot in this movie. Poor Zendaya.
Why do they always
she's
do
just
this
doing
to women in Marvel movies?
She's just falling a lot. But she's smart and she's pretty funny, and I fucking appreciate that writing. But anyway, I think she's falling a lot in this movie, and especially that last shot is so like teetering on Andrew Garfield and you know, like
Gwen.
in that moment with Gwen where he's got like and her back's my fucking spine tingled in the cinema when I saw that moment, because I was like, oh my god, and my heart just dropped out of my body. It was horrible. So this just that shot, I'm like, oh god, it just gives me such anxiety.
That was a weird. It was surprising they did that in the second film for Andrew Garfield's trilogy or supposed trilogy. Only because like my wife was one of those people. She's not a big comic reader, and she loved the chemistry between Andrew and Emma Stone. And so when she died, it was kind of like a hard pass for her. She's like, I don't want to watch this anymore. You know, like she's like, that was the reason I was in this.
Really?
You know, was that
I think they pulled
connection
her off
and
a little too soon.
Yeah, they should have. I think, or done it where
because they
there's
were
a
looking to bring
possibility
in
for her to come
MJ
back
too.
or something. Yeah,
because they were looking for that, or Mary Jane, I mean. But so and then they cut that out. So if they had maybe like the third film, like the 2 and 2 together, and then maybe she dies early on or whatnot. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, they could have done that a little different.
I like Goon Lanson. I've watched 10 videos about the trailer and breakdowns. Like, you were in it, buddy. I love this.
Oh my god. Goon, let's talk.
Yes. Yeah, right? Yeah,
I'm about to do the same thing after this. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I have to say, this movie looks really good. That opening shot of like the devastation on Tom Holland's face with like, is he in the rain or something? Like he's beat up and it's in the rain? Hold on, let me just go back here and check.
I mean, it looked pretty cloudy, but
it's definitely it's raining.
It is. It's raining. That shot is just so good, and it's so devastating. Oh my god, it's just so it's just pure upset. Like he's very distraught.
Yeah, there's lines even in the trailer. He's like, I can't save everyone. You know, he's like succumbed to the fact that like the
right.
You know, it's hard for him, right? You know, like I think his reason to be as a superhero was like, hey, I can save people, and now he's coming to terms like similar to like what Iron Man did. He's like, I can't save everybody, but I have to save the people I can. You know, and it's sort of that realization of what it means to be a superhero. It's like, and the burden you carry, and then the tease of like MJ falling. You know, sort of like to hint at like, is she the one he can't save, or is it the villains? He's trying to save the villains who
he's trying to save the villains. It seems
are destined to die.
I think he's trying to save them, but I think he is gonna lose someone in this film, and I'm torn between Happy or Aunt May.
You don't think MJ?
I mean, Happy's been in.
You don't think she's at risk?
I don't think so.
Oh, interesting.
Only because Zendaya signed like a 12-film contract.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know that she did. But
I'm sure though. Like I think that's fair. That's fair.
No, but that's I mean, I can't see them cutting her. I mean, if they did, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, don't say Happy though. Fuck.
Well, I mean, I think he's gonna lose someone. And I think he's also gonna lose a friend. No. Possibly in this movie.
Oh,
Ned.
Yeah. Ned dies too. You can't kill Ned.
No, he's not gonna die. Oh. But in the comics, he was destined to become the Hobgoblin, and it's gonna happen.
You're right, actually. I forgot about that.
Who Ned was?
And also,
yeah.
I mean, so it's like a little different, but like it's still kind of like the same. It's crazy. It's a deep
fuck.
Crazy.
That's so insane. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stephanie.
No, it's good, but I've been waiting for it to happen, and I think where it's gonna divert from the comics is now that we've got this multiverse and we've got Norman Osborn, I think he's going to be the one that kind of passes a mantle over to him, so to speak. Like, it's a different mantle. But you see him, like, early on in the trailer with his typical, like, Green Goblin gear. And then he shows up later with different Green Goblin wear.
He's got, like, drones and...
what's all that about?
He doesn't have the mask. Like, he has the goggles. Like, he has all these different things. And so I feel like he's gonna die, or something is gonna happen to him. Yeah. But I think...
I feel like they got...
Yeah.
I think a lot is gonna be at stake for, like, Peter in this movie. Like, it's not just, like, No Way Home, like... not being able to get home.
Does the multiverse sort of like, I don't know, like to me the multiverse is sort of like hand wavy on anything that's happening here, right? Like, so it's sort of like when Loki's dead. Nah, is he? You know what I'm saying?
But is he?
Yeah,
exactly. So I don't know. When they introduce something as like, it's sort of like, you know, time travel, you know, the multiverse is sort of like a retcon. You can sort of say like, someone might die, but we can always bring them back, similar to the villains. Like, you know, we're seeing the villains that have died, except for Sandman. He didn't die, but maybe it's like an alternate version of the Sandman, which is why it's John Cena and not Thomas Hayden Church.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, there's variations, and that's why Electro probably looks different, not blue Electro, but nice shirt.
Yeah, somebody called her out for wearing a DC shirt talking about a Sony film.
I'm sorry.
You can cross.
Marvel.
You can listen. You can be a DC and Marvel fan hater.
Yeah,
you can't. You don't have to choose sides. I'm a Star Trek and Star Wars fan. It's all good.
I am. Yes.
Pagan is she just loves everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was waiting for the "How dare you, sir," for something that you were gonna slander me with, but that's fine. I'm just used to abuse from you. Isn't that weird? That's second nature. Oh, interesting.
Lizard survived Joss O'Neill, but I didn't like they.
I think he was imprisoned. I think he was taken to prison, if I remember correctly.
But I thought his powers got like the rain took away like his ability to become the lizard again. I don't know.
Yeah, something happened.
Maybe I missed that.
It's been a minute.
I'm super interested in this dynamic between Strange and Peter now. Like this whole you can't save them, and somebody fucked up a spell, even though he says it's Peter, and they're like, nah, that's kind of you, man. That was on you. That's interesting because this whole Strange thing has now changed from when the first trailer was released, right? We were all like, is that Strange? It doesn't look like Strange. It's not acting like Strange. He's acting very strange for Strange. So now in this one, he seems less like a Strange and looks like the real Strange, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you're right.
Like it's almost like they did like a full 180 on that one. They're just like, hey guys, let's flip that. Let's forget about that for a second.
it is hard to watch this trailer. Like, you literally have to have watched the other trailer to really understand what's happening in this trailer. Like, because the other trailer set up the premise of like him wanting to change, or wipe people's memories that he's Peter Parker.
Yes.
Right. This trailer sort of says like you had to have watched that to understand kind of what's going on here, which is kind of interesting as a trailer. You know, it's sort of like saying like, hey, we know millions and millions of you already watched this, so we don't really need to do a whole lot of tell the story again here in this trailer. It's sort of giving you more, which is a very interesting tactic. You know, usually the full trailer gives you more story as to like what's going on versus the teaser kind of doesn't really give you much, you know. So this is it's almost like they know people are invested and they're gonna like watch. So, but as a trailer, it's kind of, I guess it's a great trailer for what it's doing, like for like building the hype, which it crushes it. But as a trailer, it's okay. You know, it's not a great trailer. But I mean, I'm sure there'll be another one. There's always there's always three trailers. There's always a teaser trailer. What's what they call a full trailer, and then they do a final trailer. And the final trailer is usually a little like about 10 seconds, 20 seconds longer. So the full trailer is usually like 2 to 2.5 minutes. And then a full trailer usually goes another 15, 20 seconds, and it kind of it really tells the story. It kind of gives you everything you've been anticipating. It's the trailer most people should avoid. It's the like, I'm going to give you the whole movie in 2.5 minutes. But that's usually what'll happen.
I mean,
closer to the movie.
Normally I try and avoid those type of trailers, like the trailers that really do just tell you the whole movie. And a lot of the time, like if I'm really hyped for something, other than this fucking show, I won't watch the trailer because I'm like, I'm too hyped for this. So potentially, like I might not have even watched this trailer, but it's too good not to watch, and it's all over the bloody internet, so you can't really avoid it for too long without being spoiled something. But yeah, I tend to avoid those kind of full trailers because they just tell me the whole movie, and I'm like, well, why do I need to see this? But this one, I'm okay with. There's so much here that is to be uncovered. Like, there's this dynamic between Strange and Peter. Something in the beginning is a little off. Then they have a spell, and that gets messed up. And now they're, like, entering a multiverse with a lot of villains. And then towards the end, something else happens where he steals this cool fucking portal box thing. And now everybody's coming in. And I'm like, who is everybody? And why are they here? And can we all just get along? You know? Can Tom Holland be okay? Because if he's emotionally distraught at something in this, if May or Happy or Ned or fucking MJ die in this,
you're not gonna be happy.
I'm gonna be crying for a long time.
But even knowing that like there's a way to get them back in the multiverse of madness to fix everything and retcon everything. They won't do this. I mean,
there's no way they would just bring Zendaya's character back. The same way I don't think Emma Stone is coming back in this film.
No, I don't think we're going to see.
Right. So I'm like, if one of them die, it's done.
Actually, that would be really cool if Emma Stone came back, but as Spider-Gwen.
Dude, Spider-Gwen would be fucking unreal. Oh my god, please.
Yeah. She's probably like, I'm off doing real movies.
Yeah. No, hey, no.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just
rude.
I'm an art tour filmmaker, and I hate superhero movies. No, it's super interesting. I wanted to talk about like what's going on in this film. Like, what do you guys think is happening? Is Spider-Man being pulled into other universes, or is everybody being pulled into his universe? It seems like everyone's now being. The first trailer, I thought maybe he'd be time or universe hopping. Yeah. But in this trailer, it seems to me more like that everyone's coming into his universe. But the one thing that I'm kind of confused about is Jonah Jameson, who was in the Raimi's Spider-Verse, but now he's also in this Spider-Verse. So I'm a little confused on that front, because they introduced him at the end of Far From Home. So in which he was still clearly, the spell hadn't happened. So that's the only thing where I'm a little bit like wonky, where they're kind of like where they're blending things, but then they're trying to say like this is one universe and this is another. I don't know. So that's where I'm a little confused. But
I feel like that was mainly probably just for the fans. Like, if they had somebody else, it would be like, nah, that's not the Jonah, like, you know, that we know. Like, I think, I think that mainly was just for the fans. But I think it's like a veil opening, like, in them kind of coming into Tom's, Peter's universe. Because at first I thought, well, maybe, like, when they'd done their spell, like they all just kind of came together, so it was all just one, and then people are just reappearing. But now it doesn't seem like that at all. Like, it does seem like they're coming in, and Strange is trying to stop that somehow.
Yeah. But let's talk. Yeah, I agree. But let's talk, also like think about like what does that mean moving forward for Sony versus Marvel, right? Like, so
that's
so part of me was thinking like, okay, so this is Sony's way of like saying like we can pull Spider-Man out of the MCU and we can have our own like universe with all of our people. So like Venom, Spider-Man, Mobius. Yeah. So that was sort of like, I was like, is this a way for Sony to sort of say like Spider-Man can now be pulled out of MCU universe and into another universe where Tom Holland's Spider-Man can interact with these other characters? But now I'm unsure. I'm a little, I don't know. I guess I'm a little.
I don't know, actually,
I'm more interested now than I was before. I think I'm sort of interested to see how they're gonna like tie all this together, especially with the future of Marvel films as Spider-Man, because I don't think he's contracted to be in any other films, so like Marvel films. So I think this has to be a sort of like a
finale for him.
Somewhat of a finale, unless they do more, sign more contracts. So
oh god, that's interesting.
Please do.
Yeah, please.
Please.
This movie looks so good. Okay,
Luke Walker asked, who do you think would save Zendaya faster, Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland?
Since Andrew Garfield,
when? Yeah.
Yeah, since he sort of, I mean, he kind of just didn't for one other person, but Tom Holland's record is pretty strong so far. So
he did. I mean, that little web like dodged like glass and it like found her way and it caught
honestly
Glenn,
it was one of the most heartbreaking moments I've had watching one of these Marvel films.
The little web hand.
The little web hand.
The little web hand reaching out.
Oh man.
It gets you every time.
Oh, every time. It's the crack. It's the smack of her hitting the ground. I'm like, oh my god, my heart. It's just horrendous. What a movie.
That's gonna happen to Zendaya.
No, don't say that.
Well, why did they do that in
There's
every
no
movie?
way.
They did that in Shang-Chi.
I don't know. Maybe she's like, I gotta go do Dune. I'll see you later. I gotta film 2 more parts of 2 more Dune movies. I got no more Marvel in me.
Oh my god.
I do think that Ned though is gonna, like, even though we don't see anything in this trailer, I know I'm just speculating, but
someone does say sorry, Hathim says if you look at the trailer in Brazil, the lizard got punched by nothing. Definitely Toby or Andrew. So he reacts to nothing.
Yeah, there's a shot.
Yeah, he like
it's a little unclear. Like you see the Sandman's fist kind of go through a piping, and it looks like around the same time the lizard's head does like a weird 180, like he gets kicked or punched or something. So the timing definitely looks off. So it's either bad CG or they painted out just Spider-Man.
They painted out Spider-Man. Can you imagine? They painted it like what? They're really in. So all of the scenes that we've seen in the trailer were like they're not going to be in it, and then surprisingly when we go to the cinema, they're all in it. They were just painted out.
Yeah. Well, they did that. They did this with. So this is everybody. So they did this with Infinity War, right? There's a shot where in a trailer. Literally, this is in a trailer that went like premiered, where all the Avengers are running like in the forest to like fight Thanos. Like you see Thanos come. And he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, and like I think they even removed some of the stones, so you didn't know like where he was in his process, and then you see like all the Avengers, and in the movie that scene doesn't exist. So they literally filmed something just to head
throw
fake,
you off,
just to throw everybody off.
I personally too think that I think the villains are going to be in more of this film than Andrew and Toby. I think they're going to come towards like when that final fight. I'm assuming that's like the final big fight. I think that's when they're going to come. I think Tom's trying to fight all these guys. He's broken. It's like, it's a lot. And these aren't even his villains. Like, like his universe.
I don't even know you guys.
Yeah. And he's like fighting them.
For you.
That's why I also think Ned is going to become the Goblin, because he needs another villain. Like, he needs another person, because Mysterio's vanished. The Vulture, he's in prison, I think, still. Like, it's just he needs something that's gonna drive him. That's why I think someone's gonna die or something's gonna happen for him. Because there's no way home. Nothing's gonna be the same. Home is just not a place. It's a person. It's a friend.
I'm going back to the name too. I wonder if the name here, like this is like No Way Home, and that's why I thought he was like multiverse hopping, because there's like No Way Home. But then it seems like he's still in his universe, so I'm still kind of I'm hanging on like what's going on here. So this trailer actually like kind of confused me more than I thought it would. What do you guys think about the idea of like Doc Ock, and then you have I'm a little, my thought is there's a lot going on. Like Spider-Man has a lot to do here. They have to introduce new villains, so they have Doc Octopus, they have Green Goblin, they have Sandman, they have the Lizards in here, and who knows? There's probably introduced even probably one or two other villains that we have. Yeah. I mean,
Charlie Cox is also
Charlie Cox is rumored to be in
No,
this
get the
movie.
fuck out of here.
Hard spoiler.
I saw an image.
Yeah, there's a spoiler image out there that might be Charlie Cox with as the lawyer.
God.
Yeah, so you're bringing in Daredevil. You still have to give screen time to Marissa Tomei, and you still have to give screen time to his sidekick.
Damn.
You still have to give screen. You have a Doctor Strange, a main Doctor Strange character who's literally on the poster as like the second main character. So I don't know that I'm starting to get the sense that there's so much happening in this movie that it's gonna fall short. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much to bear in 2 hours and 2.5 hours, right? You know, like if this was like a 8-episode miniseries on Disney Plus or something, I'd be like maybe. But I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of like nervousness because I'm like, you have a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, hard disagree.
Really?
Like just hard, fast disagree.
Yeah.
I think it's great that there's so many. Now I totally understand what you're talking about regarding like screen time and stuff, because Marissa Tomei, you have Zendaya, you have like fucking Jamie Foxx is back, and all of the other, all the other cast members. But I think what they're doing is going to be really well done, hopefully. I have hopes that it's going to be really well done in almost a cameo way, that sometimes like whatever you're looking at isn't always going to be on screen for that long or that length of time, which I think will give us enough of that to be like, fuck yeah, and not too much of it that you're like, oh god, this is confused. So I think that they have they've probably manipulated the screen time very well for whoever is in it, but in a cameo way, and maybe perhaps the trailer is kind of giving a bit more of that away than there is. Like you say, there's so much going on in this film. How can you give so much screen time to each villain to give them like equal stuff? You can't. So I guess that's my point.
So like there's no true villain here. Like there's no, like it's not Doc Ock. It can't, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the villain is all the villains. You know, so it's hard to kind of empathize or feel like unless you're a fan of the old movies and have watched them, and then you sort of understand the character motivations behind these villains, right? They're each different. So unless you've done your homework, you're coming in this like, well, what is Doc Ock? Like, what's he about? And then he's gone. And then what's the deal with the lizard? And then like, you know what I'm saying? They don't, like, they say like 4 words and then Spider-Man punches them is my worry, versus actually like diving into like why they're here. Why are they fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like, well,
you see, I think like, this is just my theory, is that like they're being I also agree with Stephanie. I think they're being pulled into his universe. I think they're being pulled into Tom Holland's universe. Initially, I think I agreed with you regarding the teaser trailer. I was like, ooh, he's gonna hop universes. But now I think they are being pulled into his. And what I think here is like Doc Ock is incredibly intelligent, and so is Osborn. Like, they're both villains. They're both intelligent. They're gonna figure out what's going on and manipulate the situation, is how I'm thinking of it. So I'm thinking that there will be some sort of head honcho somewhere. One of them will take command. I'm hoping it's Willem Dafoe, because he's just such a badass villain. But that's what I think is happening. I think that it will kind of come together in the final cut of this movie. And I think the trailer might seem a bit much, because it's like, oh my god, and did you see, oh my god, that's amazing, because that's my head right now. But I do think that in the film itself, I think they'll do it very well. I have faith that they will do it very well.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I think the Green Goblin, personally, is going to be teaming up with Doc Ock, but I feel like I think he's going to be like the head honcho,
okay.
so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
I think like they haven't shown him too much. He's always been looming in the background in these posters that they've released. Like, and they're making like Doc Ock's arms like the focus with Peter. But I think it's gonna be the Green Goblin because it's obviously not going to be the Sandman or Electro. Like,
I think you could be on something there though with Doc Ock because he also recognizes that he's not Peter.
Yeah,
he's not Peter, but he is Spider-Man. So I think Doc Ock is onto it, and I think could manipulate something or.
Yeah, it's interesting we don't see Doc Ock in that final shot with like the other villains. I feel like Doc Ock either gets taken out or trapped maybe in that box or something that
I think he's in the Sanctum Stone.
In the glass.
Yeah, he's locked up. Like he gets captured pretty early. But yeah, he kind of figures things out. But I do agree with you, Steph, on the like, that is the Green Goblin's kind of he's a little bit more of a manipulator. Like he's sort of he goes after Spider-Man's like loved ones, and he goes after versus going after Spider-Man himself. He's a little bit more tactical and like strategic. He I think, if I remember right, he's the one who forms the Sinister Six. So he sort of says like, "Hey, go distract Spider-Man. I got a larger thing. He's more of the Joker, you know, of that world, you know, versus, you know, ensuing chaos so he can kind of get his way. So it could be the case, you know, that he ends up becoming the sort of the leader of the more of the main villain. Or who knows, maybe it's like zombie Captain America.
Who knows? Honestly, it's like the whole of the universe. So I'm kind of like, they're pulling on all of these villains, which is dope, and they are probably going to be pulling in the Spider-Mans, which I also really hope happens. Like, I hope that, you know, Toby and Andrew are also in this. But I do think, like, you're pulling in from, like, every multiverse in what, like, Marvel? Like, there has to be more heroes here. Like, when you said that Charlie Cox is in it, I'm like, okay, so they have to bring in Daredevil. So who else are they going to bring in?
Miles Morales, maybe.
I was really hoping for that.
Pictures.
I am actually really hoping for a Miles Spider-Man, please.
Yeah, well, in the teaser trailer, wasn't there a shot of a character that could have been Miles Morales' mom? Like she's in a.
Oh yes, yeah. In the car.
Fan theory. In the car.
It was actually. Oh gosh, I saw something after that, and then I was going to comment about it, and then. I didn't.
Really?
But it's another character. I'm blanking on her name. If somebody in the chat knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, who was the character in the car in the teaser trailer in the limo? Or it looked like it might not have been a limo, but like a nice car, like someone rich would drive around it.
Because she's in the comics. And she wears like the same kind of colors in the comics too. I can't remember if she's a reporter, like not a reporter, but like she's someone. She's obviously.
I can't think of who you're talking about, but I'm excited.
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I thought it was Miles. Or it could have been his mom. Yeah, it's interesting. I part of me is like, yeah, bring everyone in, but then I'm like, yeah, it's only a movie.
It's too much.
Like, it's too much. Like, I mean, at some point, you're just gonna it's gonna be like a shit show. You're gonna be like, what is happening? You know, like our minds aren't. When I'm watching a movie, I need like simple sometimes is better. You know, like, I don't know. You know, even I think that's my one critique of even Endgame, where I literally have to. I watch that movie like 10 times, and it's great because you see something new every time, but when you're watching it the first time, you're like, I don't even know where to look. You know what I'm saying? There's so much happening. There's so many characters. Like, I don't know where everybody is on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just becomes, at some point, it just became like a wash of like excitement and like what is happening moment. And then it kind of settles in and kind of like does little character vignettes of each that's going on in the battle, which was nice. But yeah, it can get really quickly overloaded when you bring in like, Miles now shows up, and then you got like this guy. Even in the Spider-Verse, the animated, got a little like too much at point where I was like, I don't even know what's going on or where anybody is, you know, in relationship to each other. So that could be a problem, you know, if they don't. I'm sure they got a good sense.
I do also have like this like this kind of problem, this problem. It's like, you know, the whole fucking world is ending wherever Peter is in New York, and it's like, where's the Avengers? Like, where you at, Captain America?
Right.
I mean,
well, he's dead. But,
but I mean, but there's so many, like, there's so many Marvel Avengers that it's like, Thor couldn't have come down and lend a hand for like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so it's, that kind of stuff. You're just like, this is
Shang-Chi. You got Shang-Chi now. You got, you know, Captain.
The Eternals.
Well, Captain Marvel's busy and
they just chilling. Like Like they're just all straight up chilling while New York is on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
I mean,
there's something really weird happening in New York.
They're probably like, hey, do we need to look after that? Yeah, Isn't there a spider kid over there? Yeah, that's right. He's got it.
Yeah.
It's
We're
fine.
cool. We're cool. He's an Avenger, right? Yeah.
He's only like 17 or something. Fuck him. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Let him learn.
Got it.
The Eternal. Yeah, Matthew Snyder said same with the Eternals. Yeah, the Eternals are.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie yet, but they seem like the kind of people like they're just sitting by watching chaos happen. And they're like, "That's not our problem."
Good luck,
that
Spider
seems like a
Dude.
you problem.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Anthony Lazelli says Topher Grace, dude. If Topher Grace made a comeback as Eddie Brock, that'd be so interesting. I don't think that will happen, but if he did, that would be dope.
I feel bad for Topher Grace. Didn't they kind of set him up for like he was supposed to be he was supposed to be Venom. Venom, but then that got canned, and then he was supposed to be like Robin in like Nolan's.
No way, really?
Yeah, remember at the end of the last Nolan film, where he fights Bane, like he's like the cop that is like kind of shadowing Batman and.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt wasn't that?
Oh, is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah.
They look the same too.
That was he was supposed to be Robin because he collects the bag and he's like, "What's the name?" It's like Robin, and you're like,
right. Yeah, I was a little bit like.
His name is Robin. His name wasn't Grayson.
Yeah.
Fucking DC, get your shit together.
Yeah, Nolan kind of like he kind of went off the rails in the third film, but
yeah, exactly.
That's totally funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm way off on my characters today, like John Cena and then Thomas
and now fucking Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, Topher Grace is gonna call me and be like, dude, I do not.
That
look
wasn't
like
me. I do actually feel sorry for him though. I really did enjoy him as Eddie Brock as Venom. Like I understood it a little bit, so I like him. I think he's a bit hard done by. I think. Wah wah. Oh well.
Wah wah. Yeah. I mean, you guys have any other theories as chat? You guys have any other theories? I mean, anything you want? I know, Steph, you had like notes, like
I have lots.
Post-it notes that you were
and like
you were breaking it down like like cut to like cut to if you turned around and the camera on Stephanie's wall, it's like looks like she's like it's like a scene from Seven. She's got it all laid out. With, like string.
She's got loads of posters. Look at this! Oh my god, the post-it notes is fantastic. I love this.
And my crappy handwriting. No, I wasn't even thinking about like post credits. I did. Nerd.
Oh, I'm glad somebody said it.
Nerds.
Oh, no, I've just been thinking too, like post credits. Like I really want them to have a scene like for Strange for Multiverse, going to like Wanda.
Sure.
And then I really want the Hobgoblin to come. I really want like something like some little tease like final and be like Hobgoblin is coming. Like you know how they do that at the very end. It's like the very final thing, and then it's like the 10 rings will return. Like I really want them to do something like that where it's like teasing something, like because Peter's world is literally being turned upside down.
I know. I just want him to have a happy ending. Is this too much to ask?
But I think it will make his films
I really like him. I really like him.
He is. He's
such a fucking good actor, man. Oh man.
He's a good.
I enjoy him as Peter Parker. Like I know there's quite a lot of like contest about him, like in controversy that he wasn't a great Peter Parker, and not a great Spider-Man because he's too young. Like traditionally Peter got bitten when he was in college and stuff. But I kind of dig it. I like it. I think he's perfect for the role. I just want him to have a happy ending, and now he looks really devastated at the beginning of that trailer, and I'm like, someone's dead, and I don't know who it is.
Something's happened.
Someone's dead, and I don't like it.
I don't.
No one dies.
I
on
don't.
Spidey's
Drew. Because I get weepy. Like I get very upset in the cinema, and I'm like, So people sitting next to me, thank God for social distancing now, because people sitting next to me be like, God, is she okay? Be straight up like, this is so sad.
I have one last little theory. I think when you sparked an idea when he's like, yes, you're probably right. Someone probably does that, and I bet he loses Strange, and I bet Strange does something to like fix his universe, but he gets lost in the multiverse, right? Like so.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So like he thinks Strange dies. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's not. Okay.
Because Strange becomes, you could see Strange becoming more like like taking up Stark's, mantle a little bit, like with Happy, but like he has someone to kind of like, you know, like check in on, you know, and Strange because I think, you know, if anybody, they've really set up Doctor Strange to be like kind of like the Iron Man of this phase. You know, like he seems to be the central point to all of the connecting dots of everything that's going on. So I wonder if he feels like he failed, you know, and like he helped, like another Avenger died on his watch, kind of vibe.
Oh
you know,
man,
like,
maybe.
Dope. I mean,
I think
sad,
it's gonna hit closer
like,
to home. Yeah, I think it's gonna hit closer to home, but maybe he does get lost. Like maybe he doesn't die, but maybe like he gets lost in the multiverse.
There's no way.
So then
well, no, I don't think Strange will die.
Like,
but
yeah. See, I think the face of this is totally like just me being hypothetical about this, but I think the face on Tom Holland in the beginning of that, like at Peter Parker, and he's devastated and he's crying and it just looks exhausted. Like it looks like to me someone is dead, but very clearly dead. Not like, oh, I think he's dead. Oh, he's got lost in the multiverse. Totally understand where you're coming from, but I'm like, definitely dead. And then maybe at the end or post scenes or whatever, the real Strange will show up or something and be like, yo, bro, that was what did you see that? Did you see that? Were you smoking the same thing I was smoking?
Partying on Fiji for a week.
Yeah,
what happened?
Listen, what happened? I leave here for 1 week and that guy, you know, or something like that. That would be cool. But they did say that like potentially maybe he thinks he loses Strange, in that isn't from the previous trailer we teased that it was. Oh my God! What is his name? Mephisto.
It's not Mysterio. It's Mephisto.
Mephisto. That's it. It sounds like Manifesto. So I'm like, come on, Pagan.
Yeah.
Mephisto.
I did the same thing.
Up.
Well, that's what I think it could be. You know.
Yeah.
Like
I think Jonathan Majors is. I think if anything, you'll see like maybe a hint of Jonathan Majors show up in like a post credits or something here to kind of tie into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's sort of the impetus behind everything. You know. Or maybe he just shows up and has like a peaceful conversation at a desk for an hour with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, like in Loki. I'm not hating on it, but I'm also kind of like,
you're skeptical. You're like you're. What did you say? Cautiously optimistic.
I'm always cautiously optimistic.
That used to be the phrase that I would always describe myself as in work like years ago. When you used it, I was like, fuck, now I can't use it.
Now I can't use it anymore.
I can't use it anymore. You stole my phrase.
A catchphrase. Cautiously optimistic. That's a shitty catchphrase.
You should have that on your t-shirt.
Yeah.
Along with all your animal hats.
Jake Brown said maybe Toby and Andrew sacrifice themselves at the end of the film to pass the torch on to Tom. I don't think they need to pass it on. I think it already passed.
It's already
Agreed. But, I also don't think it'll have as much of an impact with the two of them dying together. I feel like it might be too much and too little at the same time. Like it's not good enough of a death to devastate Tom. I don't think. Well, to devastate this Peter Parker, because I feel like it has to be someone with personal connection, like Stephanie was hinting to earlier. Either so it's Marissa Tomei, or it's going to be Zendaya, or one of those characters are definitely going to die. No, it's not going to be Zendaya.
Yes.
Maybe it's going to be Aunt May.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's maybe Aunt May.
Am I messed up? I like it when
or Happy.
Die.
Oh, don't say
Actually,
Happy,
I think Happy though, because I mean, he's been in it for a while. Like he's been in it. Like...
Yeah, he directs a whole bunch of shit. Like he's got no time for this. Peter Favreau's like, can you just do me?
Yeah. But I think Aunt May would be more like painful for, because like we didn't like. I mean, all the other movies we saw, like
Aunt May would be
Uncle die, like so. Then it's just kind of like for him. Like I mean, he lost Iron Man, but like, and he was kind of like a parental, figure to him.
You can't kill hot Aunt May. Come on.
I know.
You can't kill hot Aunt May.
Out of all the Aunt May, she's definitely.
For sure. But like, I remember watching the first Homecoming with Adam, and Adam's like, Aunt May is hot? No.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about this.
Right?
You can't have a hot Aunt May.
At first, you're like, it's weird, but then you're kind of like,
it's kind of fine.
I love it. I think it's great. I think Marissa Tomei is great.
Tony's hitting on her, and he's really trying. And
yeah. I feel like that whole like get Marissa Tomei was totally engineered for that scene. They like wrote it, and they're like, wouldn't it be funny if Tony like hit on Aunt May?
And she's like,
no.
Yes.
Jog on, friend.
Jog on. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ways this can go. It's actually pretty. For a trailer not to keep us guessing at this stage, that showed that so much it's actually pretty strong.
I
think and I think we should expect to not have things be resolved in the end.
No.
Like, I don't
And it's
think,
coming
like,
out like December.
yeah. Oh, it's a Christmas
It's
movie.
a month away today.
Yeah, I know.
1 month
Yeah.
away
Crazy.
today, exactly. God damn, we timed this well, didn't we? Jesus.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
internet.
Yes.
I don't know what for, but you're welcome.
We went live to react to the trailer a month before it went.
No,
Came out.
no. So did half of the other channels on YouTube. So, so yeah.
People in the chat don't know that. I'm just
We're
kidding.
doing
That's
something.
true.
We're doing something.
Yeah, don't go watch them. Stay with us.
Hey guys, we'll be
It's
super
family over
original.
here.
We'll react to the Spider-Man trailer. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
Twice.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one's gonna do it.
Yeah. I will say we probably won't do any more reacting. At the final
No.
trailer, like go watch it on your own whenever it comes out. The third and final trailer, it'll probably be like a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
before
fair.
the movie comes out. And we'll let everybody kind of maybe we do something behind the scenes on our own. We'll just have a chat and
Crying in the theater.
members can join us.
Yeah,
But,
good idea.
But yeah, no, this is cool. I'm excited. It's such a big swing. I hope they pull it off. I really do.
Me too.
Swing.
I'm gonna
too.
I'm gonna go watch the other movies now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It does. It
I've
makes you
been
want to
watching
go.
them again.
Yeah.
That was their plan all along. Are they all on Disney Plus, or because Sony did they?
I
ever
don't
look
think the
at
Sony
that
ones
deal?
are. The Amazing Spider-Man
No.
and Spider-Man
They
movies.
were
I
on
don't.
TV
I
the
don't
other day.
think so.
Yeah,
They
I
were
wonder
on
where you can
TV
go
the
watch
other day.
those.
Netflix.
I feel like that would have been. Is it on
No.
Netflix?
I don't know. Somebody
That's
chat.
what I just asked.
Help me out here. I actually don't know. I would presume so though. I think Spider-Man 2 or 3 was actually on Netflix a while ago. So.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I mean, I feel like that would have been a nice. Like, it seems like you put this trailer out, all these villains that people are like, I remember that, but I don't remember it that well.
Yeah, but let me check it out
Everyone's
again.
Everyone's gonna go want to go back and rewatch all those old films.
I do
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have all
And
the,
Venom.
the
You have to go watch
animated-
Venom now as well. Yep, Spider-Man.
seen
All
that
of
yet.
them are on Netflix.
Is it good? I heard the end credit scene ties directly into kind of this Spider-Man.
I haven't seen it. Is that Venom 2?
For which? For Carnage?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
for the new one?
Haven't seen
Yeah.
that.
I haven't seen any of them, actually.
Then I won't spoil it.
But just FYI, and if anybody's looking, in the European or Irish Netflix, it does have the Spider-Man movies. So,
Oh, it does. Okay, so VPN that shit and
Yes.
get your Spider-Man rewatch on.
yes.
And I will still say I need to go back and rewatch it. But at the time I believed when Spider-Man 2 came out, I said this is the greatest superhero movie ever made. Now I probably since Avengers, that I still think the first Avengers is the best staple.
Avengers
of
is a
superhero
weird
It's a
way to
good
say
one.
the Justice League. Snyder cut.
No, oh my
That's
God! Talk
weird.
about that. Might be that is at the
Nope,
bottom.
no,
of the list for
No.
sure.
All right, we're
both
gonna end the chat
versions.
here. Thanks very much. Bye.
Yeah,
Pulling it out of
art-
the
Don't
dust.
you
art-
dare shit on the Snyderverse. How dare you, sir?
I just got canceled by Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And
Same here.
But yeah. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We will we'll talk to you guys next week, hopefully, and react to something that you want us to react to. So put it in the comments and give the video a like
Yeah.
and a subscribe if you like this content.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Until then.
That's good. That's how we end it, folks.
And that's how we
See you
end it.
later.
Yeah.
Bye.